Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this month in October I'm celebrating a whole year of being here in the Netherlands. I moved in October last year and now I'm here living in Amsterdam. And I thought, since this is a festive occasion of sorts, it's a little anniversary, I would talk about my move and share some fun facts about the Netherlands that you might not know, and do a fun video for you. So for every fact I'm going to share a little bit of info and background on how I moved. So let's get started with a fact that's pretty actually common. You know that there is Netherlands and there is Holland, and there is a difference between the two. So Holland is actually a part of the Netherlands. There is a province in the Netherlands that's called North Holland, and it's actually a part of the country and not the whole country, which sometimes is getting mixed up in different pronunciations or different languages. For example, in Russian, Holland or the Netherlands are called Galandia, which is why some Russians definitely use the word Holland more, even though Netherlands is strictly appropriate. So when I moved, I didn't know the language very well. I still don't speak Dutch fluently by all means. I'm really far from that. Even though I had a long-standing relationship with my boyfriend, I kind of slacked off studying Dutch until I got here, but even until I actually arrived and settled in, it has been at least 3 months before I have actually took a course. And the reason for that is, after you get a spousal residence permit, you have to wait and settle in. You have to wait a month or so before you get your cards, your registration with the local authorities. And then what I did, I applied for a loan with a center that's called Duo, which kind of works with expats and people who have moved, and they have given me a loan to be used only for Dutch courses. And I find that this is really cool. The amount of the loan is determined individually depending on your case. I really like it because the loan is 0% interest, which means that you can calmly get settled in, and the only condition is that I personally have to undergo an exam, an integration exam for language, society knowledge, and integration into the working map of the Netherlands within 3 years from me arriving. So I guess I still have 2 years to go. Fun fact number 2, Dutch people are very well spoken in English. So if you arrive here, you can definitely just calmly speak English. It's not really expected from tourists to hear you speak in the local language, so English is totally fine. It will get you anywhere you want to go. Everyone speaks it, and it's absolutely great. When I was still in the relationship, I was studying in university, and every couple of months I would take a flight to the Netherlands. And when I didn't have studies, I stayed over for the summer, and I had to amuse myself. Obviously, I didn't have any other people that I knew here, and I wanted to do something fun. And I'm really into photography, and at the time I was really interested in fashion photography. So I actually did a bit of research and talked with a model agency that invited me to do some model tests in a studio. That was a really cool experience. For 2 days straight, from morning till night, well, till the sun was gone, we shot in this beautiful white studio in a canal house in the center of Amsterdam. It's not paid or anything, you just shoot the pictures of models just for them to have something to show in their portfolio, and they're just starting out. And that's when I discovered that not everyone actually spoke English very well in the Netherlands. Some of the models that were there were 16 or 17 or 18, they were young, and surprisingly some of them didn't really study any English. And that's a big surprise to anyone who lives in the Netherlands, because people generally speak English really fluently, really well enough to communicate. And that was quite ironic for me, that a model would not speak English, since this is kind of the language that you really have to make use of if you're modeling. But yeah, that was my experience. And just like a reminder, if you find yourself in non-familiar surroundings, there are a couple of tips that can help you find your way around. So first of all, look for people who are expats like you. This can be done with websites like Couchsurfing, Facebook groups. You can just look for expat groups of the city you're in, common interests, book clubs, libraries, and also Instagram is a big factor in how I get into all kinds of fun things. Insta meets are great. Meeting people that you follow on Instagram and admire is also really cool. So this is how you get new cool relationships when you are not living in your own country. Fun fact number 3, the Dutch people actually have a very peculiar taste for breakfast. They like to eat what they call een boterham met hagelslag. I hope I pronounced that correctly, which basically means it's a piece of bread covered with butter and sprinkled on with chocolate sprinkles. So these sprinkles are in all kinds of manners and varieties. It can be dark chocolate, it can be bright chocolate, it can be all kinds of fruit toppings. So this is the idea of a typical Dutch breakfast. You wake up, you have this major dose of sugar rush, and you go off to work. So this is something I find quite funny, because as a Russian we have our breakfasts pretty much your typical eggs or porridge. Porridge is really good to start off the day, but you know, things like these I feel like Russian mothers wouldn't really approve of because of this overdose of sugar. But it's just funny because people here live long healthy lives, and the boterham, that piece of bread with butter, doesn't detract anyhow from their lifestyle, which I find really cool. Fun fact number 4, every country has their own big chain store that kind of caters to all of the markets. In the Netherlands it is Albertine. Albertine is actually a name of the person who created the store in the first place, and this is a big chain store. It also offers to deliver goods to your house. You can order your groceries, you don't need to shop, which is very convenient because you can do massive food orders without actually driving out. And since public transport is not that much in use in the city center, mostly likely it's bikes, you don't have to go far, you can have it delivered to your door. And the fun thing about the Albertine is that first of all, the first store was open in Zaanse Schans. Zaanse Schans is a spot with the windmills, not so far from Amsterdam, about an hour ride away. It's a popular touristic destination which you should also check out. It's really pretty. You can see some pictures right here from my visit a long time ago. So the original store is still located there. It's kind of a point of interest. And the second interesting thing about Albertine is that every month they have special offers. They always ask you at the checkout whether you want the receipt and whether you want whatever it is they're giving out this month. So usually it's stickers that you collect and then they amount to something. So sometimes it's just like a pan or a cooking utensil, but other times it's discounts for hotels, discounts for restaurants, and discounts for the Efteling. Which brings me to my next point. I lost count, so we'll just move on. The next interesting fact is that the Netherlands have a great amusement park they can boast. It's called the Efteling, and I have another vlog that you can watch about the amusement park. It's a themed amusement park. It's kind of similar to Disney, only it's not centered around Disney characters, but instead it's actually centered around classic fairy tales like the Brother Grimm fairy tales, like Charles Perrault and other really famous classic European fairy tales. So this is my favorite destination ever, and I'm actually going to be heading soon there again. It's going to be fabulous. You definitely need to go there. One way you can get discounted tickets is by checking deals that are available in the Albertine stores. It's not always there, and you should do a Google search before you head out, but it's definitely an opportunity that you should consider. Maybe you can get some tickets. It's not that expensive, it's like 35 or 40 euros entrance, but sometimes you can get them like half price. And my history with the Efteling, it's really long. I remember going there with my boyfriend like a year or so after we've met, when I came to the Netherlands for the first time. and it was the most magical experience. Every time I go there, I feel swept away by the beautiful music, by the attractions, by the entourage. There is a fairy tale forest you get to walk in, and there is a water show at the end of the day, and it's really nice that you can just head there. Sometimes some attractions are announced in Dutch, so not every piece of the story you completely get, but it does not detract from your enjoyment of the rides and the enjoyment of that fairy tale spirit, and this is something I really love. Another fact: everything you heard about the bicycles in Amsterdam and the rest of the Netherlands is true. So if you're staying for a while and you're staying in the city center, you really do need a bike, because it's the freaking most convenient way to travel. And for someone, I'm the least sporty person you'll ever meet. Okay, maybe not ever, but I'm pretty damn close. But to tell you the truth, oh, biking is so nice in this city. There's a lane everywhere. If you want to move around swiftly and conveniently, you need a bicycle with a crate mounted on the back or on the front of your bike where you can dump your bag and move around. You need a sturdy chain and key, because bikes do get stolen. Also, bikes get thrown into the canals. I once walked past a canal in the center of the city and I saw people cleaning out the trash. It's like this big ship that kind of collects everything and brings it out, and the amount of bikes in the canals is just insane. If you're just starting out and you want to go on a bike tour by the city, take it slow, rent a bike, and do not go cycling through the city because it will be overwhelming. There is motion everywhere, there are bikes left and right, people running. So go through one of the parks. For example, Vondelpark is an amazing cozy green park with a lot of lanes. There's a lot of freedom, you can move around. And go avoid the city center, go somewhere less known so that people won't pressure you so much and you won't panic and won't make any sudden moves. So there you go, guys. That was the first part of my recap of what I've learned about the Netherlands, some fun facts that will get you going here. It's definitely worth a visit, and it's worth to visit more than just Amsterdam, and you should definitely expand your horizons and not go in here just looking for weed and entertainment. If that's your sort of thing, you can definitely contribute to the red light district. It will be glad to have you, but there is so much more that the city can offer, and I genuinely love living here and I wouldn't move out for the world. So let me know if you'd like a part 2, whether you'd like me to share some travel tips that you need to know before going to the Netherlands, maybe some resources, and definitely check out my blog. It's called dutchwannabe.com, where I share all kinds of articles about where to go, what to do, itineraries, all kinds of fun stuff. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment. This is not my usual book video and I wanted to kind of expand the horizon. So please let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!